We're in Long Branch, New Jersey today, taking a shop tour of my son Walter's shop. That's right behind that door, so let's go see if he's in there. Of course I know he is.
Hey, welcome to the shop. I'm Walter. This is our shop. I run this with my business partner Michael, hence the name MW Machine Co. We're a CNC focused custom job shop operation, but we also do some product development and make and sell some of the products that we design here. We can start over here. Actually, maybe we could start with the panel. The big thing when you are in a space like this and you're going to buy machine tools is what are the power requirements of the tools you have and what kind of power does your space have. This is a standard 100 amps of 220. Which is not ideal, obviously, but we're making it work. We can get more into that later with the phase converter, but I think that's always interesting when you're looking at shops, especially smaller shops and people entering their first shop, is what is the electrical requirement to do this kind of work and what do you need?
Can we talk about the square footage and how much is your rent?
This is just under 500 square feet maybe. It's about 23 by 17 in this direction. The rent sits at between everything. The rent's in the $900 range for a space like this, which is pretty good. And especially in central New Jersey, things are pretty expensive and there's just not a lot of spaces like this. So when we found this space, we actually found this space on Craigslist. We came here that night after contacting the landlord and signed a day or two later, because when you see something like this at this price point, you have to get it.
Did you have to do any work to get the place looking this
Yeah,
way?
I'll give you the footage for overlaying. When we basically moved in here, this was somebody's hobby shop. There was a lawyer that I think was in here doing some woodworking projects, and it was just a kind of a scattered mess of tools and just, little things here and there, and just someone in here doing their projects. But the walls were pretty rough, a lot of gaps in the drywall. We came in and we redid the floors, the walls, the ceiling. We changed out the light bulbs and we added, we did some upgrades to the electrical service that you'll see later in the video. And of course added all the tools and shelving and stuff like that. After we found the space, we had to get a machine, of course. That's always a tough thing. A machine is a big purchase, and I didn't want to start the business, and myself and Michael didn't want to start the business dealing with a hefty machine payment. So I found this machine in Farmingdale, Long Island. This is a Brother TC229. The TC stands for Tapping Center. It's a smaller machine. It uses a 30 taper spindle, so it's great for milling, but really tapping and hole drilling and doing smaller parts, which is what we've been doing here. This machine was sold when a larger machine shop acquired a smaller one and basically bought them out for their client. And this machine was pretty much used to make dental instruments for the time that the previous owner owned it, which is brand new up until the time that we bought it. This is a 1997 model, so this machine's older than me, which comes with some issues when you buy older equipment. It's a lot of time invested buying an older machine, learning it and getting it up to speed and cleaning it and dealing with the irks and quirks that come with an older machine. But it's been great. This machine is fully made and assembled in Japan, and you can see just from the buttons on the emergency stop, everything's metal. The whole control panel is still, after all that time, totally intact, and none of the buttons have been faded, and it's been very stable, and it produces accurate parts. We found this machine on Facebook, like I said, for $6,500, and it was about $1,500 to rig it and get it here, which is a lot nicer than, or a lot more desirable from a financial standpoint, buying a used machine and starting without a machine payment hanging over your head. It allows you to just get started and figure out how you're going to work, and it's nicer when you're not carrying that debt as a new business. So when you buy a machine like this, there's always the question of, one, can you fit it in your space, and two, can you power it? We're lucky to have the 8-foot sliding door here, and that was nice for getting it in. And that was a real requirement when moving into a shop like this. We had to have a door that would allow us to bring bigger pieces of equipment in here. And as far as the power goes, this is a 3-phase machine. That was a little tricky to figure out when we first bought the machine. Now that we've gone through it, I actually really enjoy buying three-phase tools, and we'll go more into that with how we get around the three-phase power requirement for this machine, being in a room that only has standard single-phase 220 service. So it starts here at the panel. We just have 60 amps of 220 single-phase going through the panel, through this line here, and over to the phase converter. Basically, the way the phase converter works is it'll take that 60 amps of single phase 220, spin this rotary motor here, and that'll kick up a third leg of electricity, giving you the three phase for the machine. I'll show you how it works. So this unit especially is very nice. It's very quiet. I'll turn it on right now, and you can see that's not that loud, you know, and that's something we can deal with. When I kick on the phase converter, I like to give it about 30 seconds just to get going a little bit, and then the machine plugs in over here, and the main power switch is back here. So we'll turn that on. That'll send power to the cabinet here, and the machine is technically under power but not on. And then when we go to the control panel over here, we just hit power over here, and now you can hear the coolant pumps going on. The fans on the cabinet will start to kick up, and the controller will load here. Before the end of the video, we are actually going to cut something and machine apart so that you can see the machine actually in action and see it working. But for now, I'm going to power it back off just for the sake of the video and the audio. So I turn it off in basically the reverse order we turn it on. I turn it off at the machine, I'll turn it off at the cabinet, and then I'll turn the phase converter off. You can hear that's a really smooth motor there. It's nice and quiet. That was a great purchase. If you're curious about the phase converter, it's something that you can have installed. I had an electrician install it, and it's nice because it gets you into a different class of tools. And if you know anything about the used tool market, investing in a phase converter, even if you're a small shop or you're working out of your garage, will open up a lot of opportunities for used tool purchases. A lot of times that three-phase requirement to run a tool like this, or a three-phase drill press or something of that nature, will keep a lot of people in the used market from buying it. So if you do invest in a phase converter, it is nice for the reason that it'll get you in a different class of tools, and it'll make opportunities like this more accessible. This is the part we're going to be making today. This is actually one of our own MW Machine Co. products. This is a wall mount for the Makita battery charger. If you follow me over here real quick, you can see I have one on my table actually. And so basically the way this works is there's some holes in the back of the charger, and the pegs line up with it. So you'd mount this to the wall like I have here on my table, kind of get it lined up, and you see that snaps in. So we're ready to start machining. We have our stock in the vise, and it's all set up correctly in the appropriate parallels. We have all of our tools in the machine that we're going to need for this job. So tool 1, you can see here, is a 3/8 flat end mill. We have a spot drill and chamfering bit here in T2. T4 is actually that's T3, is this drill chuck. So that's the drill we're going to use. And then we have some other tools that are in here that'll help us make this part. So that'll just put a little edge brake on that. That's it. That's it. So that's pretty much it. I'll give it a quick wipe with the towel. It's really right off the machine. So thanks for watching. This is just an overview of our shop and a little bit about what we do here. These are available right now for purchase. We're going to continue to expand in our product line. And if you have additional custom machining needs, please visit our website and you can get a hold of us there. Thanks again.